Hello and welcome to White Jasmine Everyday Cooking. I'm Huma Siddiqui, and as you know, I like to create these simple but very, very flavorful dishes. So today I have an excellent menu, but also I have a really surprise for you because our guest is from Cafe Costa Rica. He is the owner and the executive chef of the cafe, and what I've heard about the food, that it is just delicious. But my menu today is I'm going to make some chicken with fire roasted tomatoes and some garbanzo beans, and of course a lot of flavor in there, and it will be served on Cous Cous, which will have some red peppers, and we'll talk more about it as we go along. So as you can see, I've got some chicken sort of cut up. I'm going to add some olive oil, and this is also a very, very simple dish to make. You can just make it in minutes. Don't need to spend too much time on trying to prepare something delicious. Now let's see, I want to add a little bit of salt. And whenever you're making something like this, you want to just kind of mix the spices sort of in the chicken before you even throw it in the pan. It just helps. And I want to use a little bit of our saji tandoori masala actually. Let's throw that in there. And some garlic, of course, a bunch of it. Always adds tons of flavor. And a little bit of ginger. And you can use fresh garlic or ginger if you like. It's really up to you, but save yourself some time and buy those little jars. They work perfectly. And you just mix this all around. And in this pan, I'm going to start warm up a little bit of oil and throw in some cinnamon sticks to add more flavor to the oil. And there's another thing what you can do is use some of the flavored olive oils. If you like them with the red peppers, you want to make it a little hotter, perfect. And actually, I was reading about this study where they say that if you eat spicy food, it can help you burn more calories. So ladies out there trying to do that, throw in a little bit of spice in there, and it will help. We always like to go with whatever helps, and it's going to be flavorful too. So throw in your cinnamon stick, and let it kind of heat up a little bit so that it can add some flavor. In the meantime, I'm just going to chop up some cilantro, and look at this beautiful cilantro. Just perfect. How can you not add these flavors to your dish? And it smells so good. Just kind of roughly chop it, throw that in there. And as the oil starts to heat up, I'm going to throw the chicken in there, add some tomatoes to it, and then we'll leave it to cook. So anyway, you can see in the pan, all the cinnamon sticks are kind of working their way, and that's how you want it to be. I can smell it. It's ready for me to add the meat to it. So here we go. Throw in a little bit of that. Smells just so good. Want to keep it on medium heat, kind of stir it around a little bit. What I want to add to it is a little bit of turmeric, because turmeric is so good for you. It's very good for your health. I don't know if you have read the properties of it so far, but it is a very healing product, and very natural, of course. Just going to stir this around a little bit. And we'll move this here. Actually, I'll add this to this pan so we can start making the couscous here. Now, but the thing about couscous, if you've noticed, is that it's very bland. So what you want to do is add more flavor to it so that it combines all these flavors together. So I want to warm up this pan. We have the olive oil already in here. Let it warm up a little bit. going to just throw in some fire roasted tomatoes in here. And look at those colors. They're going to be great. Now in this pan, as the olive oil is getting warm, I just want to throw in some of the flavors. Let's add some red peppers for the color, of course, and some flavors too. You know, as we always talk about, that the food has to look pretty, so let's make it pretty. You can add a lot of things to add flavor. You can add the red onions or more cilantro, any other vegetables you like. And you want to cut the pieces really small so that they're easy to eat when you have your couscous ready. Let's cut this big one as well. Add a little bit of salt to it. Let's add some spices. I want to add some chili powder. And of course some fresh cilantro. And you don't really have to cook the, the red peppers so that they're very soft. They can be just a little crispier, and it will just be fine. Throw in some cilantro, add those beautiful colors, beautiful flavors. That's what we want. Here we go. Then add some couscous to that. Now to add more flavor, what I like to do is throw in some vegetable stock, because you know that just adds more flavor. Instead of just adding water, you might want to do that. Or chicken stock, whatever you like. And it's just so simple to make this dish and it's very healthy. In a few minutes you can just prepare this. The directions also come on the box too, and you can follow those. I'm just going to eyeball this. And the good thing about couscous is you can't go wrong because it just absorbs all the water. Just going to add some chickpeas to that. And what you want to do is, as soon as it comes to a boil, you want to cover it and switch off the heat, because then it will just kind of fluff off and absorb all the liquid that you've left in there. And look at this chicken. Doesn't this look beautiful? I want you to really look at the colors, and this with the green and the fire roasted tomatoes, absolutely fantastic. I just want to start eating them right away.